Hello and welcome once again, everyone. I'm Lynn Doyle and this is It's Your Call. Our topic this hour, how to have a greener 2011. If this is one of your New Year's resolutions, we're giving you some suggestions right now that you can start this week when you're thinking about taking down those decorations that have made your house such a festive and joyful place for the last couple of days. We're joined by Carl, who is from Longwood Gardens, and Tina, who is from Bucks Country Gardens, and they've been giving us some great ideas. One thing that everyone has asked of these two here in the studio is what we do with our poinsettias. If you've loaded your house down with them and they're absolutely beautiful and you enjoy them, and then one by one, the leaves start wilting and falling. It's like, okay, now what do we do? So I'm going to turn to Carl because you've brought us some of the spectacular ones that we see there at Longwood Gardens every year. How do you suggest people keep these poinsettias alive?
Well, poinsettias are tropical plants. They come from Mexico, full sun, warm temperatures. So if you think about our homes this time of year, we really don't have full sun. And I think the biggest challenge is taking them home from the nursery, always starting with a very high quality garden center, making sure they're wrapped carefully and there's no drafts, because drafts will make their leaves drop.
Is that what it does? I thought it was because the heat's on in the house and that's making it too hot.
Well, that does the same problem too. So you have to watch out for the drafts and the heat. Really, the leaves shouldn't be moving, whether it be from cold air or warm air.
And how often do you water them? I actually had one, I think I overwatered because it just got that kind of sappy feeling that plants get when they've been drenched.
Right.
I was trying too hard.
Well, that's a common mistake. Typically, what I tell people is you want to let them dry thoroughly in between each watering. You want to make sure that you just, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Kind of stick your finger in there. If it feels moist, let it go for, a day.
Okay.
But when you do water it, you want to make sure you take it to a sink and you water it thoroughly so the water drains through. You never want to leave the little gold sleeve or whatever color sleeve is on there for water to accumulate.
There,
you don't want it to sit in water.
So if we take care of these bad boys, how long do you think we could actually have them in the house?
Easily until May or June. In fact, when I was a kid in elementary school, I kept my poinsettia alive until August. I made it rebloom the following year. It's a great challenge for people to try to get them to rebloom.
Well, I was pleased with myself one year because I did really keep one alive until about March, and then I don't know whether I lost interest or it just, committed suicide, but we lost it at about March. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to try to see how long I can keep it alive. We don't have a whole lot of time left, but I want to know if they have already died or if they are dying, what do you suggest people do with them?
Absolutely. Bring them to Bucks Country Gardens. We have a lovely program called Wanted Dead or Alive. It's a little play on words. Doesn't matter where you purchased your poinsettia from or how dead it is or when you bought it. You bring it back to us between the dates of January 10th to February 12th. And we'll give you a $5 reward.
Wow.
And then it goes towards any tropical plant in the greenhouse.
And you also suggest using them in the compost pile.
Absolutely.
And
so many times.
People do that in the winter too?
Absolutely. You don't want to throw these things in the trash because they have a plastic pot, they have true potting media in there, and then there's actual compost at the top. So separate those things. Put the plastic pot in recycling. Put the root ball outdoors in your garden, and put the greenery in your compost pile. Okay.
In our final moments here, I do want to ask about pine cones because it seems like no matter where you live, unless you're in the middle of the city, there are pine cones around at this time of the year. Any special uses that we could find for them?
I just like to gather them up and put them in a bowl and use them as centerpieces on the coffee table, the dining table. Then once Christmas comes, you can, reuse them again. They are very long lasting, and they're definitely a renewable resource that it's like the gift that keeps on giving because they're not going to go stale even though it's a fresh thing.
Right.
Cool.
And you have some suggestions for your pine cones.
Absolutely. At Longwood Gardens, we have a wildlife tree we keep up for a while into January. We cover it with suet. And then we have these wonderful seeds on there that, of course, the birds can enjoy for the entire season. There's so many things you can make with all the types of seeds that, once again, the birds will enjoy all winter long.
Okay. Well, they are great ideas. And finally, you have this, I don't know, what is this, wilt away or wilt stop? What do we do with that?
Well, this is how you can preserve any of the evergreens that you have cut from your landscape for I would say 3 months at a time.
Really?
Up to 3 months until the spring growing season starts, okay? Generally, what I tell people is once you have all your greens cut, you have them in your container, you water your container in, and then you spray them. It also gives you a nice glossy sheen on them.
All right, you guys have given us some great ideas. We certainly appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful new year and a green and sustainable one. I know that you live it, so thank you for giving us some suggestions on how we can live it as well.
Well, thank you very much.
And of course, at Longwood Gardens, the holiday season continues through January. And if you are really interested, like I am, you have this new book. Tell me very quickly what this book is.
That chronicles Longwood Gardens Christmas from 1921 to the present, 300 pages.
All right, it's a fantastic book. Carl, thanks so much for your suggestions.
Pleasure.
If you guys get a chance, get out there and see Longwood Gardens. From all of us here at It's Your Call to all of you there at home, we hope you've enjoyed these ideas. And please know that we all wish you the happiest and healthiest of New Year's. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2011.